60-cycle induction motor operate if the slip is 0.09? So the unknown here is the speed which will the motor will operate. So that is your NR, the rotor speed. And para mahanap natin yung rotor speed, kailangan natin yung ating synchronous speed. Okay, multiplied by 1 minus its slip. So your formula for your synchronous speed is 120 times the frequency over the number of poles. So we can now directly substitute all of the values. So that is NS, so we have 120 times the frequency, so we have 60 cycle, that is 60 hertz, divided by the number of poles, which is 14, multiplied by 1 minus the slip. So again, mostly lahat ng motors natin, induction and synchronous motors, gumagamit yan ng maraming number of poles to protect the machine itself against mechanical injury due to high torque. Kasi malakas yung torque natin pag umikot. So kailangan ng madaming number of poles. And NS minus 1 minus 0.09. So our rotor speed is 468 revolutions per minute. So this is for number 1. Wala siyang choices, so this is the answer. Okay, next number. Number 2. So the nameplate speed of a 25-cycle induction motor is 720 RPM. So if the speed at no load is 400 or 745 RPM, calculate the speed. Same lang din dun sa may number 2, we should calculate your slip. So gamitin natin yung formula from number 2. So slip is, i-derive mo na lang dito yung S. So S is NS minus NR over NS. Ayan. So need natin yung NS. Sabi natin NS is 120F over P. So 120 times your frequency, that is 25 Hertz, synchronous frequency, divided by the number of poles. So wala siyang binanggit na number of poles, So pag wala siyang binanggit na number of poles, kailangan natin kunin yung number of poles by means of your NR. So same pa rin yung formula natin. So yung NR is 120F over P. Bakit? Diba ang NS natin is always malapit yan dun sa ating NR, but the condition is NS must be greater than NR. Okay, so pwede natin kunin yung number of poles natin dito using this formula pa rin. So palitan ko lang muna yung NS ng NR. That is 720. That is equal to 120 times F over P. So let's solve for the actual value of the number of poles using 720 RPM. So divided by 120 times 25. Okay, baliktad. Okay, so inverse. So we have here 4.16. So since wala naman tayong decimal value ng number of poles, we assume or we consider yung number of poles natin is 4. And take note, the number of poles must be an even number. It is because meron tayong two polarities, the south and north pole. So pag may nakuha kayong dito, odd number, gawin nyo siyang even number. Okay, and then tignan nyo yung condition, NS must be greater than NR. So the number of poles here is 4. So pwede ko na mahanap yung NS. That's 120 times 25 divided by 4. So dapat yung NS natin is greater than 720 na ginamit natin kanina. So 120 times 25 over 4. Ayan, that is 750 RPM. Okay, yun. So pwede mo na hanapin yung slip. So the slip is 750 minus 720 divided by 750. That is in RPM. Divided by 750. So yung mga slip natin, sobrang liit lang yan. So that is 0.04 or 4%. So pwede na yan as an answer. So 0.04 or 4%. Okay. Okay, next number. Number 3. So how many pole is a 50 cycle induction motor wound if the nameplate speed is 460 RPM? Okay, so ang isang motor, pag sinabi niyang nameplate speed, that is the speed at rated load or at full load. It means that is your rotor speed. So the rotor speed is 460 RPM. Ay nahanap dito is the number of poles. Okay? So ang gawin ulit natin for finding the number of poles is ang binigay dito is NR, not NS. We consider pa rin yung ginawa kay number 2. NS is approximately equal to NR. And then use your formula for your NS. That is 120F over P. So check natin. So we have 460. That is equal to 120 times the frequency 50 Hz divided by P. So let's solve for the actual value of P. Yung may decimal. So that's 120 times 50 over 460. Okay, that is equal to 13.04. So sabi natin, kapag nakakuha tayo ng odd number, we always make it an even number. So yung number of poles natin, pwede siyang dalawa, ano? It's either 12 or 14 poles. So mamili ka ngayon sa 12 or 14 ng sagot. Depende kung sino yung makakasatisfy ng condition na to. NS must be greater than NR. So kailangan natin kunin yung dalawang value ng NS using this formula pa rin. So the first NS is 120 times F. Okay, divided by 12. Okay, and this is equal to 500 RPM. So pwede kasi 500 is greater than 460. Try naman natin kung ang number of poles is 14. So over 14 lang ito. Siyempre bababa pero tignan natin kung magsasatisfy. Okay, so we have 428.57. So since 428.57 is less than 460, ito yung magiging sagot natin. So the number of poles is 12. So this is our answer. Again, your condition NS must be greater than NR. Ito dapat yung ma-meet nating condition. Okay? Next number. Number 4. A 3-phase 60 cycle 10-pole induction motor has a full load slip of 0.075. What is the speed of the revolving field relative to the stator? Okay, pag sinabi po natin speed of the revolving field relative to the stator, that is kumbaga parang yung speed natin dun sa may air gap, or that is yung tinatawag natin na revolving field. Ito nga siya, speed of the revolving field. So hindi siya yung NR, hindi rin siya yung NS, but this is the difference between your NS and NR. So that is the speed of the revolving field. Okay, so how do we calculate your revolving field speed? So kailangan ko yung NS. NS, meron tayong formula that is 120F over P. Yung NR, meron bang binanggit dito? Okay, wala. So kailangan kong kunin yung NR, but alam naman natin na yung formula ng NR is NS times 1 minus S. So parang pag sinubstitute natin dito, alisin ko muna to. So we have here NS minus NS minus S times NS. So parang magka-cancel yung NS natin, so matitira is minus. So NS maging plus. So magiging S times NS. So yan na lang yung formula natin for the revolving field speed. And that is equal to the slip. So slip is 0.075 times the synchronous speed, that is 120 times F over P. Okay, and that is equal to. So again na yung ano natin, yung revolving field speed, maliit lang yan na difference dapat. Okay, so over 10, so that is 6. So we have 54 RPM. Sobrang liit lang ng kanyang value compared dun sa kanyang actual speed of the synchronous part and the rotor part. So the answer here is letter C. Okay. Next number 5. So 60 cycle 230 volt induction motor has a 90 slot stator that contains 6 pole while connected double layer winding. So calculate the voltage across one coil group of the winding. Tingnan lang natin yung mga given na so meron tayong frequency of 60 Hz, given yung voltage ng induction motor. Then also given is yung slot natin. Number of slots is 90. Number of poles is 6 and yung type of winding natin is a double layer winding. So calculate daw yung voltage across one coil group. Okay. So first, hanapin muna natin yung ating voltage per phase using your block rotor test. So you have your block rotor voltage which is in per phase. So paano natin yan kukunin? Kunin yung voltage natin on the armature winding, that is 230 volts. Siyempre, divide lang natin yan ng square root of 3 para makuha yung per phase. Okay, so we have 230 over square root of 3. That is 132.79 volts. Okay. And then, since yung layer natin dito is double layer, and since ang ginamit din dito is 6 pole, ano ba yung condition natin? So, the number of coil group is also equal to the number of poles. So, since we have 6 poles, number of coil group is also 6. And so, we have 6 coil groups. So, since meron tayong 6 coil groups, para mahanap natin yung voltage per coil group, siyempre kailangan natin yung per phase voltage. So we have 132.79 volts. Divide lang natin yan sa 6 natin. 6 coil groups. Divided by 6. So 22.13 volts. So, i-consider pa ba yung parang sinabi niyang double layer winding doon? So, kahit hindi na kasi that is also your total voltage, Magpaparallel lang din naman kasi sila. So, you have 22.13 volts. That is letter C. Ay ko lang kung pwedeng... Ayun, pwede. Okay. Next number. Number 6. Again na yung 6 coil groups dyan nakuha natin from the number of poles. We have 6 poles. Okay, next number. Number 6. So if the starting torque of a 7.5 HP 440 volt 1730 RPM motor is 2.5 times its rated full load of the torque, when the rated voltage is impressed, calculate the starting torque when 230 volts is applied at the instant of the motor starting. Okay, so from your lecture, we all know that torque is directly proportional proportional to the starting voltage or the full load voltage squared. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, since nire-relate niya yung torque at saka voltage, ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay? For rated load and for your maximum or for your starting. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. So, siguro, relation proportion na lang natin. So, the starting torque is equal to the starting voltage squared, and that is over the rated load torque, or that is your, let's say, lagay ko na lang siguro dito is full load. So, over V full load squared. So, ang hinahanap dito is the starting torque when the voltage is 230 volts. Okay. So, ito yung hinahanap natin. Okay, so now, we calculate for your voltages. So, saan dyan yung mga voltages natin? Parang sinabi lang din naman pala niya dito, yes, pwede to. Sige, let's calculate yung starting torque muna. So, your starting torque, sabi niya doon is 2.5 times, so 2.5 times its torque at rated load, full load torque. Okay, then how do we calculate yung isang value dyan? Kasi ang hinahanap dyan is the starting torque. So, kailangan ko yung kanyang full load torque. So, how do we calculate its full load torque? So, the full load torque is equal to, so, gamitin natin yung formula na 2 pi nt. So, 2 pi nt, since pound feet yung nasa choices, that is 33 K. Okay. So, let's find yung ating full load torque. We have here, ito siya, 7.5 HP. Power pala ito, Power formula. So, this is power. So, power, and then nandito yung torque at full load. Okay, so calculate natin yung torque at full load. Okay, that is equal to the power, that is 7.5 times 746 times 33,000 divided by 2 pi n. So, 2 pi times 1,730. Okay, that is equal to, check natin, 7.5 times 746 times 33,000 divided by 2 pi times 1730. Okay, sobrang laki 5, mali ako na nilagay. 7.5, 746, yes, malaki pala kasi may 33,000. So, 5.083 times 10, so, 5.083 times 10 raised to 10. So, this is our exact value of the torque. Okay, ngayon, so since sobrang taas nito, this is in pound feet, kailangan natin yung i-relate siguro dito. So, hanapin natin yung actual na natin. Kasi lalaki pa yan kung nag-multiply tayo ng 2.5. So, maybe ang hinahanap dito, let's say, is yung starting torque dito sa condition na to. So, TST, that is equal to, pwede kong baguhin ito, siguro ng starting torque na rin, para maging sub 2 sila. Ito, let's say, sub 2, sub 2, sub 1, sub 1. Kasi sobrang laki naman na, 5 point something raised to 10, is nag-times 2.5 tayo dyan. So, let's say, solve natin yung TS2. TS sub 2. So, we have TS1. Ito yung TS1 natin. That is 2.5 times the full load torque. So, the full load torque is this one. Times 10 raised to 10. Multiplied by this proportion, or the ratio of the voltage starting sub 2. Anong voltage yun? Ito siya, that is 230 volts. So 230 volts over yung starting voltage at the first condition, 440 volts squared. Ito, liliit yung value dyan because of this one. So times 2.5 times 230 squared over 440 squared. So you have 3.47. Masyado pa rin malaki. Saan kaya tayo nagkamali? Double check lang natin. Ito yung power natin. It should be in HP pala kapag ka naka... yes, I'm sorry. Mali ako dito. Burahin natin. Oops. So dapat to naka HP. So we have 7.5. So 7.5 times 33,000 over 2 pi times 1730. Ayun, lilit siya. So 22.76. Correct lang natin. So again, itong 22.76, hindi pa yan yung sagot natin kasi i-relate pa natin siya dito. So times 22.76. So times 2.5 times 230 squared over 440 squared. Yeah, that is 15.55. That is in pound-feet. So parang yung actual formula natin is ito, using your starting torques. Then para mahanap yung starting torque natin, kailangan ko yung full load torque using this one. Palitan na lang yung kanina, it should be starting torque ratios. That is starting to full load torque. So the answer here is letter B. Kung ginamit naman natin yung 22 lang, yung 22.76, nag-times ka ng 2.5, ito naman yung lalabas, 56.9. Wala lang din sa choices. That means this is your starting torque, this one. Itong expression na yan, that is your starting torque at the first condition. So again, natandaan, kapag for example, objective type question, torque is always directly proportional to the voltage squared. Okay? Next number. Number 7. Okay, so two 60-cycle motors having 10 and 14 poles are connected in concatenation. What is the synchronous speed possible? So pag sinabi natin they are connected in concatenation, so para siya naka-series, So kung ano yung speed dun sa isa, pwede rin natin gamitin dun sa isa, or pwede natin gamitin yung speed of the two concatenated motors. So dito for number 7, kailangan natin isolve lahat ng possible speeds. So the possible speeds are, okay, so NS is 120F over P. So the first possible speed is 120 times the frequency 60 over yung number of poles ng isang motor, that is 10. And that is equal to 120F over P. So 720 RPM is a possible speed. So tama si letter A. Pwede rin, that is 120 times F over 14. So pwede rin ito. That is 514.26. So based from the choices, pwede rin ito. So try natin kung possible ba si letter C using the combination. That is 120 times F over the sum of the poles, 10 plus 14. Okay, and that is equal to, so over 24. Ayun, so pwede rin yung 300 RPM. Thus, the answer here is letter D, all of the above. Possible yung mga speeds na yan. Pero dapat hindi siya bababa ng ng 300. Hindi rin siya dapat tataas ng 720. Nandyan lang dapat yung kanyang range. Okay. Next number. Number So 260 cycle motors are connected in concatenation to drive a load. If machine 1 has 6 poles and machine 2 has 8 poles, calculate the speed of the combination. So yung tanong dito is the speed of the combination. Okay, given the slip of 0.075. Take note, pag sinasabing speed of the combination, this is your rotor speed. So rotor speed is the synchronous speed multiplied by 1 minus your slip. Okay, so kailangan ko yung ms using yung formula na ginamit natin from number 7, that is 120F over yung P natin. Pero yung P natin, that is your pole 1 plus pole 2 kasi nga they are connected in concatenation. Yan, so pwede na. So you have 120 times the frequency divided by number of pole of the first motor, that is 6. Yung isa naman ay 8. So we have 120F over 6 plus 8. So we have 514.29. Okay, that is in RPM. So yun, so pwede na. You can now calculate for your NR. So pag ito yung sagot mo, mali yan. Kasi NR yung hinahanap. That is 514.29 times 1 minus 0.075. So times 1 minus 0.075. So you have 475.71. That is in RPM. So 476, yan, consider nyo na yan. Basta malapit dyan yung sagot natin. Okay. Next number. Number 9. So calculate the full load power factor of a single phase motor that has the following nameplate data. Its voltage is 115, the full load current is 4.6, the full load rating is 1/4 in HP, the speed is 1740 in RPM. Assume an efficiency of 60%. Okay, so paano ba natin ulit kunin yung efficiency? So we will use your formula. The power is equal to, take note that this is a single phase motor, so EI cosine theta. Okay, so your power is given, that is 1/4 in HP, so times 746, that is equal to E, that is 115. Gamitin natin lahat ng nasa nameplate rating. Okay, 115 multiplied by the current, that is 4.6 amperes times the power factor. And let's solve for the power factor. And that is 1/4 times 746 divided by 115 divided by 4.6. So this is our power factor. Parang mali. 1/4, 746, 4.6. Yung efficiency pala, sorry. We need to divide this by our efficiency. Kalimutan ko yung efficiency. So divided by 0.6. So yung sagot natin will be divided by 0.6. So 0.587. Okay, that is letter B, nearest to 0.6. Yan, so yung mga nandito is the voltage and current taken by the motor. Pag sinabi nating taken by the motor, that is the input value. Ito namang voltage natin dito or yung kanyang power, rated power, that is the output power, maximum output power. So we need na i-divide pa yung output by the efficiency para mahanap yung ating input power.